Hello, today we are going to learn about creating a class. So far, we have learned about basic data types like numbers, strings, lists, and dictionaries. We have also learned how to organize code using functions. But what if we want to group related data and functions together in a single entity? This is where classes come in. A class is like a blueprint for an object. Imagine a car factory. The factory has blueprints for different car models, but those blueprints themselves are not actual cars. Instead, the factory uses them to produce real cars. In programming, a class is like that blueprint, and an object is the actual instance created from the class. Now let's create a class. In Python, we define a class using the class keyword. For example, let's create an empty class called car. In Python, class names typically start with a capital letter. If we just define a class with no functionality inside, we can use the pass keyword to tell Python that the class is empty and avoid any errors. However, an empty class doesn't do anything yet. To make it useful, we need to define what attributes and behaviors it should have. The first step is to add an initializer. When we create a new object from a class, the first function that runs automatically is called init. This is short for initializer, and it helps set up the object with its initial values. Let's add an init function to the car class. Inside init, we need to define attributes like the car's model, color, year, and mileage. To do this, we include these as parameters in init and assign them to the object using self. Now, what is self? Self refers to the instance of the class itself. It allows us to store and access the data that belongs to a specific object. Whenever we define a function inside a class, the first parameter must always be self. This tells Python that the function belongs to the class and should be able to access the instance's attributes. Now that we have our car class, let's create an actual car object. For example, if we want to create a car that is a Mustang with a blue color from the year 2022 and with 10,000 kilometers of mileage, we can do this by creating an object and passing these values as arguments. Now that we have created the object, let's check its attributes by printing them. When we print the car's model, color, year, and mileage, we see the details displayed correctly. This is the basic idea behind creating and using classes. Classes help us organize code efficiently, making it easier to manage and reuse. Thank you, and I'll see you in the next lesson.